Hello, Honors U.S. History students. This is our second installment that will focus in and around the early English colonies. The learning targets or objectives to focus on are the first, identify the motives of establishing the Jamestown colony and explain the factors that eventually helped Jamestown to flourish. So uh, think of the context. This is early 1600s or early 17th century. The Spanish had established colonies to the south into South America and had been finding significant wealth. Cortez and his conquistadors were able to find gold and were able to become wealthy. The French had begun settling in the north and were finding ways to be profitable. So the English thought the same thing. And the reason why we start with the Jamestown Charter is because our country is born out of this colony. We were able, in the years starting in 1775 through the 1783, roughly, to establish independence from Great Britain. So starting this unit with the first English colony at Jamestown makes sense. Since the English were seeing all of these countries succeed economically, they thought, well, maybe it's our chance here. So, a primary reason why Jamestown is established is profit. They saw an opportunity to make a profit, and there were rumors floating around England that all he had to do was come to the New World and there was gold. He just picked it up and it was a good deal. He became wealthy very easily. That's what they thought. That's certainly not what happened, but that's what they thought. Another topic that we'll explore later revolves around this concept of ethnocentrism, the idea or the belief, particularly that Europeans had, that their culture was superior to everybody else's and were supposed to or destined to spread their own culture. That includes religion, that includes a number of other things, but they really did believe that. Now, we know now that that seems like a strange thought, but at the time, that's what they believed. So we'll read about it, and one thing that will help if you look in the resources folder under Unit 1, you'll find a short reading uh, from the textbook that we have. And I'm not going to assign you. I'll provide this to you about the Jamestown settlement. So this is essentially an easier way, instead of me putting together notes. If you want more foundation on Jamestown, it's right here. Okay. Other than that, there was an attempt to establish an English colony earlier. It was called the Lost Colony at Roanoke. No one really knows exactly what happened, but in 1588, the colony essentially disappeared, and they believe that most people that were part of it were absorbed into the native tribes of the region, and they didn't last. Jamestown is the first that succeeds, and it succeeds not because they found gold, not because they had an easy time of it, but because they eventually figured out that there was a particular strain of tobacco that they could grow and could turn a profit on it. So, what turned the Jamestown colony around eventually? After some really difficult years, it included some strange things, some links to cannibalism and other real struggles. The thing that turned it around for them, tobacco. And eventually, once they learned how to grow tobacco, they also thought about how to get the cheapest labor possible. And in 1619, that would arrive. And that would arrive in the form of the first slave ship from Africa.